Yo, what is up? How is everyone doing? So we're gonna take a look at the biggest weapon change update, almost one of the biggest updates. So a pretty hefty weapon update here coming right before the Taken King comes out for Destiny. Yay, that's exciting. But first, we're gonna take a look at all of these weapon changes that are going to be happening. We'll be looking at the base weapons first, and possibly in the same video all the exotic weapons. If not, that'll be another video, and you can check that out. But let's just jump right into it. Pretty much everything that people have been complaining about in trials and in PvP in general, gun-wise, not like Blink is going away. No, I'm sorry, but that's still staying. But gun-wise, it's pretty much all being changed. Final round is pretty much going away. Shotgun perks are getting nerfed a little bit, so they're not so insane. Fusion rifles are getting a small buff. Hand cannons are getting a little nerf. Thorn especially. You can all stop complaining. Me too. Yes, I could stop complaining about Thorn and stop using Thorn because obviously people are going to use what's going to help them win. And being able to cross map someone with Thorn with assistance of the damage takes over time, it's just insanely incredible in PvP. And Last Word too is insane as well, but you're going to use what's going to help you win. So here, just looking at the update, or just like the little intro to the update. Thorn is heavily the most used weapon. Then Red Death winning. Red Death is really good. Pulse rifles are good. Last Word. Don't have Hawk Moon because I'm on Xbox, but that's okay. I'll get it soon. Mythoclast. Cool. And the main part you want to go to see all these changes is this part right here. Down here is just the creator showcase, or I don't know what they're calling it, but it's kind of cool. It's got some cool stuff on there sometimes. Okay, this update has been a long time coming, but I'm very happy to be here again to talk about some pending weapon changes. This time around, we're hitting a lot of stuff, so I hope you're wearing your reading pants. Reading. My reading pants are not on because that's reading to me apparently. Okay, there are so many changes, and I don't want to make this video super long, so we're just going to hop right in. And I'm not going to read everything. If you want to read everything, you can go to these patch notes, not patch, update, this whole update notes on Bungie.net. It'll be in the description down below to read all this. Or you can just pause the video and read it, because I won't be staying on everything, but I'll be on it for a portion of time, reading it, explaining it. So, their whole goal with auto rifles here, first off, is to kind of change damage fall off. As you can see in the images right here, from the distance to character, damage fall off is different. So, their changes they're making, they're increasing base damage, and they're going to start damage fall off closer to the player to emphasize its role as a close to medium range weapon. Small reduction in base stability. Landing shots at optimal range is unaffected, but repeated precision hits require more weapon control to land consistently. And boost damage by 10% against AI combatants. So overall, some really good changes. It's going to bring auto rifles kind of back into the game, since some things that are incredibly overpowered right now are being nerfed a little bit. And auto rifles were nerfed and basically pushed out of the game like Suros because they were really good, but they hit them pretty hard. So now they're increasing their base damage, changing damage fall off, and they're making it so it's going to require a little more skill to land precision shots, but it is a medium range weapon, or close to medium range weapon, because scout rifles are obviously the long range, or snipers. But yeah, overall, good. Pulse rifles. The changes being made to pulse rifles are reduce base damage of the medium ROF by about 2.5%. PvP burst to kill, all precision hits, is 2 or 3 depending on the victim's armor stat. Small reduction in base stability. A burst should still land all shots at optimal range, but 3 precision hits will require more weapon control to land consistently. So you won't get all 3 bullets hitting someone in the head. You'll have to have a little more skill and better aim to get all 3 shots. So it won't, you're not guaranteed to go boom, 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 headshot and 1 or 2 burst someone. So it doesn't, because hitting Thorn will make pulse rifles, probably the next best guns to use. Like Red Death or the Messenger or Bad Juju. Not so much Bad Juju. But then to prevent that from becoming the only gun people want to use, they're doing this. So good. Oh, and increased magazine size on for all base inventory stats. Yeah, that's good too. Overall, good. Scout rifle changes. Base damage for medium to high rate of fire scout rifles. PvP does not affect time to kill in PvP on a Guardian with full health. Increase magazine size for all base inventory stats. Reduce final accuracy when firing from hip. Fast firing outside of adds will be less accurate and boost damage by 5% against AI combatants. So what they're trying to do here is kind of push scout rifles out to, their role. They're already in a good spot, but they need to make them, the primary long range primary to use, because you're going to win those long range battles using a scout rifle, not so much as close range battle like with a hand cannon or an auto rifle, or a really close range like a shotgun. So, also good. Hand cannons, the big one, the Thorn, the Hawkmoon, the Last Word. They're hitting this one. What changes are: start damage fall off closer to the player to limit long range lethality. Good, you will no longer be two-shot across the map by Thorn. Small reduction in adds accuracy or Hawkman. Small reduction in adds accuracy, targeted at making long range snapshotting less reliable. Reduce final accuracy when firing from the hip. Last word. Fast firing from hip is less reliable. Reduce magazine size for all base inventory stats. Reduce base optics zoom for all hand cannons. And adds now grants more width in favor of depth. This is good because they're not just nerfing them into oblivion like they did with auto rifles earlier in the year. They're making them what they are. They're a close to medium range weapon. You're not supposed to be able to, win those long range battles from like sniper distance away or scout rifle, obviously. So every weapon primary is what they're supposed to be, which is good. They're making some really good changes to all the primary weapons so that there is a give and a take and a risk and reward with what weapon you're using and what you're running on it. So overall, for primaries, love it. Now we move into special weapons, shotguns. Their goals for their shotguns, and what they're doing here is they're not trying to just hit the base stats of shotguns like before. They're trying to hit the perks so that because being able to reforge shotguns, get a really good impact or range shotgun, and getting shot package or rangefinder or all these perfect perks on them, which makes them incredibly OP and the best special weapon to use pretty much anywhere, even on a long range map, because you can just rush and run around. So the changes they're making: shotgun perks that enhance lethality at long range should be less effective when combined with a high initial range stat. Reduce shot package accuracy buff by 30%, which is a lot, but still, it needed to be done. And 70% is still a lot. Rangefinder adds a 5% base range increase on adds, was 20%. Reduce precision damage multiplier on shotguns by 10%, and reduce damage against AI combatants by 10%. So those are some good PvP changes, and the PvE change completely not even that important because they give a 100% damage boost to shotguns for PvE. Now they're only taking 10% away. That's fine. It's totally fine. That's going to still make them pretty much the same that they are now. PvP wise, I'm glad that they hit the perks and not the base stat of the guns, of the shotguns. Smart move. So, fan of that too. Fusion rifles, pretty much non-existent because of how good shotguns are. Changes they're making for fusion rifles. Slow charging, high impact fusion rifles have decreased range values, makes it more difficult to max out range for these weapons. Projectile speed for fusion rifles is slightly reduced. Emphasizes the need to lead a target's outside medium range, improve accuracy for short range fusion rifles, and reduce accuracy for long range fusion rifles. Honestly, these changes are good. They're good for fusion rifles, but I'm still probably not going to use a fusion rifle because on a close quarters map, I'm going to want to run a shotgun, and on a bigger map, I'm still going to run a sniper. So, to me, fine. Do whatever you want to fusion rifles, and these changes look acceptable to me. Cool. Moving on, sniper rifles. Changes. Final round on sniper buffs. This is literally the only thing they're highlighting in the changes. Final round on sniper rifles buffs precision damage only, not base damage. This change only affects this perk when combined with sniper rifles. So what they're doing is you can't get one shot anywhere in the body by final round. Yes, it'll do more damage, but you still have to get a headshot for it to be a one-shot kill. So good. It completely takes final rounding completely out of the game, because I'm not saying I hate people who final round, but I don't have a final round sniper, and I do get a little annoyed, quite annoyed, when I get final rounded in PvP. So yeah. I mean, I'll read the goals on this one too. Sniper rifles are optimal at long range, clearly, and difficult to use for medium to short range combat, obviously. Sniper rifles reward thumb skill with high damage against precision targets, and the final round perk sniper rifles should still require precision shots. That's the only thing needed to change on snipers was the final round. And I'm not complaining, and I am a little happy that they're changing that. So, whatever you want to say, cool. I'm fine with it. And last on the base weapon changes, rocket launchers. We'll read the goals in this one. Rocket launchers deal massive AoE damage from a distance, and rockets are optimal when placed in the middle of a group. Right, blast radius. Slight increase in base blast radius. Alright, I can dig it. Grenades and horseshoes, proximity detonation reduced. Fine with both those changes. That increased the blast radius, cool, that's good. And the grenades and horseshoes, proximity detonation reduced. That's good, because it should require some aim. You can't just fire a rocket and know that you're going to get someone and not give them a fighting chance to get away from that rocket. So, yeah, overall, rocket launcher's good. All these changes are pretty much good. I'm a fan. So that is base weapon changes. Pretty much everything, every single weapon type, except for machine guns, because they didn't need anything changed to them. So that's all those. Click on the screen right now if you want to watch the video to see the exotic weapon changes. And that is all I've got for this video. So I will see you guys later. Peace out.